This dog dragging a trail of shit perfectly sets the tone for the rest of this game. What's up, everyone? This is PSVR Asylum, and today we're going to take a thorough look at the state of Contagion VR Outbreak. Before we get into the video, make sure to hit like, and if you haven't already, subscribe. I need your help to make my channel grow. If that's asking too much of you, it's cool. You still help me grow. My middle finger that I'm imagining waving in your face right now, dick. This game released about 3 years ago, back in 2019, with much initial enthusiasm. However, that enthusiasm quickly turned into regret, as what could have been an amazing title released in what felt like a rushed out, half-baked, bug-filled pre-alpha build. Has it gotten any better? Is it worth your money today? Well, that's what we're here to find out. There are 4 main story missions here, along with a tutorial, a shooting range, and a free roam area. Each story mission has several levels to them. To avoid any major spoilers, I've only shown mostly the first level of each story mission. Starting off with Outbreak, we first enter into a parking garage and make our way to our apartment.
Biotech? What the hell is Biotech?
Along the way, we discover there's been some kind of disturbance requiring police presence.
Whoa there. You live on this floor?
Yes, sir, officer. Unit 308. Everything all right?
Small disturbance.
The graphics here are pretty rough, especially considering this was made with Unreal Engine. Another fun fact is this is one of the very few games that has 3D rudder support. Not that any of the 4 people who actually bought that stupid ass thing really cares. You can see signs of rushed development all around you, like arcade machines and quarters that you can insert into them. However, none of them do anything.
What? The Johnsons are moving out? Aw, they were such nice neighbors, too.
You make your way into your apartment and then receive a frantic call from your wife.
These business trips aren't getting any easier. Hey, hon, what's up?
Honey, listen to me. There's been an accident and...
An accident? Are you both okay?
Oh my god, they shot him. He's still attacking
Honey,
them.
listen to me. Just come home. Leave right now and come home.
You then learn an outbreak of sorts has infested your city.
Biotech has once again come under fire after failing to release a statement on what caused the explosion at their facilities. It has been a week since Dr. Miranda
Only to discover it's closer than you know when your zombified handyman is found in your bedroom.
Tony,
I
it's
serenade
me.
him with my
I don't want
guitar.
to have to hurt you, but I will. Don't you recognize me? Stay away!
Now that my song seems to have put him to sleep, I'm able to search for weaponry. Now the weaponry does some things right, but still falls short of being good. For instance, the shots feel and sound impactful, and the gun models all look decent enough, but the aiming is fucking horrendous. And even at point blank range, you can still miss your target more often than not.
I can't believe I'm doing this, but $20 is $20.
And sadly, the level design here also falls a bit short. While it does feel rather large and fleshed out, even offering climbing, it all just looks undercooked and washed out with a bland color palette and some of the worst anti-aliasing and jagged edges I've ever seen. Also, things that would normally be fun in VR, like sniping from a rooftop, feel underwhelming, sloppy, and mediocre as fuck. I didn't feel like a badass, I felt like a dumbass for wasting my time on this piece of fucking shit. But I digress.
I do.
Let's
Are you
continue.
both okay?
Honey, they're all around us. Oh no, I think they see us.
Slow. I'm going to go your path from up here.
We make our way onto our wife and child who need rescue. And with zombies all around you, you need to be point blank to even hit them. And even then I somehow still managed to miss my targets. What in the actual fuck?
Stay behind me.
We eventually make it to them, and then are greeted by the shittiest military force on the entire planet.
Please, I have a baby. You've got to let us through.
That's where you're wrong. My orders are not to let anything through the gate. You can't be serious. We're gonna die here. You're on your own. Good luck. Oh, screw you! It may still be operational.
And again, something that should be fun as hell, like a big-ass mounted machine gun, feels more like trying to take down enemies with a fucking garden hose. It's cumbersome and barely effective. We are then greeted by yet another shitty voice actor, and that basically concludes level 1 of this story.
Can't be any worse down there as it is here. The choice is yours if you want to follow me. But...
Next up, we'll enter the vacancy story mission, level 1.
What's making a fuss over it at this time of night? Well, here we are, broken down in the middle of the desert. Hey, I tell you what. Why don't you take a quick peek under the hood while I walk down to the gas station up ahead and see if there's a crazy work-starved mechanic looking to help a couple of brothers fix their pile of shit. Yeah, well, at least I have a piece of shit. Touche.
Starting off with you and your brother's vehicle is broken down in the desert. You go off to find some help, then a prison guard asks for your help.
How can I be of help, officer?
Listen, my partner, he's been gone longer than expected. Since I can't leave my post, would you mind just poking your head inside and making sure he's all right?
Entering the gas station, I again feel how underbaked this level looks. While much bigger in size than the last, it just lacks optimization.
Goddamn. Like fucking cockroach.
Oh, fuck. What happened?
You awaken in a locked garage and need to solve a few puzzles in order to exit, armed with only a dart gun that you find, which literally serves only one purpose. You see, in order to escape, you need to find the sticky notes, so you can enter the security code on the door. And that is the one and only time you need to use this gun. You'll then locate a few melee weapons, which, while having more of an effect than guns, feels like wiggling a fucking pool noodle in order to kill the enemy. After escaping the garage, you get to a hotel and sleep, only to wake up to a full-on zombie attack.
Have you not taken a look outside yet?
Holy shit! What the hell's happening?
you need to make your way to your brother while fending off the zombie hordes. There were some hilarious bugs in this section. Like this baseball bat just floating in the doorway, for example. A pretty telltale sign of how little QA was done before releasing. Now this map is pretty big. You eventually locate your brother and are tasked with more tedious chores.
Grab that pistol and shoot it quick. Just in the nick time. Great work, bro. Listen, we can use the bus to evacuate everyone out.
And now you need to collect items to bring back to the bus, which I found all of them within 2 minutes. However, they don't explain where you need to place the items to trigger the stage to continue forward. So, just so you know, it goes in this fucking white box right here. I spent 20 minutes trying to figure that shit out. The jankiness here is rather prominent. Like, I shot this SWAT zombie, and I really wanted his gun that he dropped. And when I went to pick it up, it completely disappeared. There's the gun. And now it's gone. What the fuck? This would become an all too common theme throughout. Eventually, we make it back to the bus. And I'm thinking, finally, this shit is over. But I was wrong. It wasn't even close to being over.
Until I get the bus fixed.
So now I'm tasked with keeping the zombies at bay, while they spontaneously spawn from thin fucking air right behind these crimes. And just when I think, okay, now it's over, the bus is running, I get volunteered to rescue all the survivors that are hiding. Lucky me, right? Well, let's do this fucking shit so this can be over. Fuck off. The first 3 survivors were simple enough. But there's a 4th, and it's on the entire other fucking side of the map. And there's also a fucking tornado approaching. Okay, so this should be it, right? Right? Well, no, it isn't. The positive side, you do get a Desert Eagle now. The negative side, it doesn't do jack fucking shit to this level boss. I must have dumped 100 fucking rounds from the Desert Eagle into him. It never phases him. He never dies. I even tried exploding him. I tried to beat this boss 6 fucking times and died every fucking time. I finally said, fuck it, I don't care anymore. And next up we have Biotech. Now, this ended up being my favorite story out of the entire game. So, is it good? Fuck no. It's just less shitty than the first 2 piles of shit. You start off, apparently, in a self-driving Tesla. All you can do here is play with the mirror and the visor. And that's it.
Talk to you when you get upstairs.
However, there are some cool ideas in this level, like having to scan locks to gain access. Pretty cool, huh? Now, the level design here looks much more polished and far more fleshed out than the previous 2 chapters we've played. And the story and voice acting are also improvements over the prior levels. You are at Biotech headquarters, the laboratory facility responsible for the outbreak.
I should be done soon, and I'll be back in the office by the time you find them.
Roger that. On my way.
And one of the funniest and most unexpected things I've ever seen in any VR game happened. Right here.
Hey, you scared the shit out of me! Woo!
At this point, I already knew the quality and level of detail lacking from the other missions had been improved on this mission. And then a zombie breach from inside has triggered a lockdown.
Sensors on level 2 have detected dangerous levels of hazardous chemicals. This facility is
Bill, are you there? Come in ASAP. What the hell is happening? The lockdown has me stuck in the elevator, so if this is a prank, Ted, you're fired.
And once again, you must go and find and free the hiding survivors.
Is it safe? I'm gonna make a run for it. Thanks.
But this mission's tone can actually be a bit unnerving at times, and managed to at least immerse me a little. I mean, just look at this giant fucker walking past. Yeah. Not so big now, are you, bitch? Then there are some pretty cool details found throughout, like this axe with a chopped off head resting on it. I do appreciate the details like this.
I've got to get out of here.
There's also an abundance of weaponry to be found, and this level is just enormous comparatively. For the first time since I started playing this turd-tacular title, I actually found myself having some legitimate fun. So now I need to locate a key card in order to progress while also fending off zombies and rescuing more survivors.
Couldn't find anything. No luck so far. I searched the obvious workstations, but didn't find any access card.
Now that you get the access card, you can go on to
now what?
Progress through the level.
In order to successfully bypass the lock, you've got to pilot the little ship to the destination without touching any of the walls. Once you finish, give me a call back.
Now this here was actually really unique, but I didn't show it as to not spoil it. But I commend them for trying something different. Then the further you progress through these levels, the more detail each level design and engagement kind of felt. I can't help but to think they should have just cut all the other shit out of this game and solely focused all of their resources to fully polish this particular storyline's mission. Had they done so, this would have gotten a much better rap than it has now. There's just so much right about this storyline's mission design, but it still falls very short of being good due to a lack of polish and overall jankiness.
Thank you. You're so brave.
It has very strong RE4 vibes to it, but they just weren't able to bring it home and really nail it. And that's really a shame. There's even a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure reference, for fuck's sake.
Damn it. Bill, I think we found Ted.
The further I play into it, the bigger it seems to get. Definitely exceeding all preconceptions I had going in, admittingly.
Looks like the power's shut off.
Just tell me what I need to do. I'm ready for this day to be over.
You'll need to locate an access card to the power room.
I've got to get out of here.
But then it goes and does this type of busted ass shit and reminds me to keep my expectations in check. Like literally, I stick my gun through the window and kill the bad guy. But I don't know. Whatever. Now, this is one of the puzzles here, and let me tell you what, it's a motherfucker. I mean, seriously. Actually, I don't even want to tell you. Let me show you instead.
Trust me, it looks a lot more complicated than it is.
Yeah, no shit. It's very complicated.
And then head upstairs and reset the breakers that tripped in the distribution room.
Now, I'm speeding this up 8 times, but this literally took me at least 8 to 10 minutes to get it fucking done. It's so touchy and finicky. Like, fuck. None of this was fun. Nothing about that was fun. It didn't need to be that difficult. But I did it, so whatever. Let's just keep going. And here's a random ass room of dead pigs. No rhyme or reason. I really don't even know what to think about this one, to be honest with you. So I just figured I'd show it to you.
Christ.
But then I go and discover a room of severed heads and mutilated corpses. And a chainsaw. Oh yeah. See, like I said, there is some pretty cool shit going on in this level. Like having to pick up a severed head and use his retinals, or his eyeballs for the retina scanner. Like, that's pretty cool. See, now at this point, I've played just this level for nearly 2.5 hours. I felt I must be close to the finish line. I had to flip a couple switches, turn a couple levers, and then... well, then it all just went downhill very quickly. You see, I do basic shit like that and go right to these fucking puzzles here. Like, only Satan himself could have designed this. I couldn't even manage to figure out how to solve one of these, and there were 3 of them. Whoever designed these sadistic fucking things I hope you get anal herpes. There is no pattern. There is no explanation. There is nothing to make any sense with on these goddamn puzzles. So after about 20 minutes of trying, I gave up. Fuck this shit. Yeah, at this point I felt like ripping out my goddamn hair. Even after this recording, I still kept trying it, and I fucking quit. On to the next level. Next up is Charlie, a single long mission which plays like an escape room mixed with hide and seek.
Hey, sweetie. Are you done brushing your teeth yet?
Yep, I'm all done here.
You embody a little girl who lives in a giant mansion with her mom and dad and the German Shepherd that you saw in the very beginning of this video. It's bedtime, so you brush your teeth and make your way to bed to sleep. Upon entering your bedroom, you find your primary weapon, a basic slingshot, and a flashlight. There are no guns to be found throughout this entire level. You go to sleep and then wake up to find that your mom has killed and is now consuming your pet German Shepherd.
Mom, Dad, is everything okay?
Assuming that she's
Mommy, you're
obviously
scaring
on
me.
bath salts or some shit, you run for cover. Now, this fucking thing right here, it's supposed to hide
Please
you
wake up.
from the zombies.
Got to
So,
sleep and
her finding me should definitely not have happened. I'm just gonna chalk it up to its jankish charm. And the ultimate goal here is to locate
Oh no,
four
this is the only way
medallions
out of
which
here.
open up the
I
main
need to find a
doors.
way to unlock this.
Now, this is a sprawling mansion that has many rooms, levels, and even hidden rooms. Graphically, this was by far the best looking level and actually managed to immerse me within its walls. In exploring each room, you will find hidden secrets, clues, and items which will help you along the way.
Drawing could unlock something very important.
You'll also find ammunition for your slingshot and other various weapons throughout. The slingshot is the only good weapon, and you'll see why here in a bit. This is a huge, creepy attic with an ominous looking playable piano in it, which we'll look at a bit more later. There are a few treasure chests hidden throughout within the confines of the mansion that offer items like health, ammo, and special items. But sometimes the game bugs out and the grab feature just fails, which is a problem, especially when there's something consistently chasing you throughout this mission. And, however, that's another problem. I don't really feel scared, or chased, or even worried, really. It's creepy, sure, but nothing feels imperative or heart-pounding. The majority of the time I just felt like I was alone in a big-ass mansion, which I guess, depending on who you are, could be scary enough for you. So I decided to track down the zombie mom and kill her. But you can't. In fact, the best you can do is barely stun her for a few seconds. So I decided to use a melee weapon. And like this axe, they do nothing. They just break on contact, having little to no effect. Your slingshot is your only real source of protection, and that also becomes another problem. You see, what they don't tell you is that your ammo is limited, and once you run out, you can't get more. They just don't respawn any. Then there's also like these giant ass rats in the basement, which apparently can't be killed, which kind of takes away some of my fun I tried to have.
Ew, spider webs. I really, really hate spiders. I can't go through these webs.
And of course, there are more puzzles to solve. Thankfully, none are as insufferable as the prior levels puzzles were. These ones weren't too bad, really. See, this wasn't too hard. It didn't take too long, and I got it.
This key unlocks Mommy's bedroom.
You'll be constantly running through the entirety of the mansion several times back and forth as you unlock new items. Each item has a particular job or purpose which is left to you to figure out how and where to use it properly.
This probably fits in something.
And some items will look important, like this compass, but actually serve no purpose at all, really. Now, mostly this level runs decent, but the jank of the hit detection can really be a motherfucker, especially when you don't have the time to be fucking around trying to get it to work. This incident right here really started pissing me off. Like, the hit detection just is not responding. Eventually I got lucky and it clipped just the extra millimeter it needed to go. But shit like this should just work. Did they not test this at all? I don't know, but it was some fucking bullshit. Eventually I got it to work, but shit, it's still annoying. And that wasn't the only example of issues.
I bet the hot water's working now.
See, like here, I left that water run into this bucket while I went to fight off the zombie mom, only to come back to an empty fucking bucket. Apparently, it only fills when you're holding the bucket. Because that makes sense. I know that my pots at home won't fill with any water unless I'm physically holding them. Fucking stupid. Anyway, so now we have the first medallion. Yay. All this time and we have one so far.
3 left to go.
In real life, I've played about an hour so far. But it's not all bad. I did appreciate that I had to solve the puzzles without any help. Like this part, where the answer to the puzzle was on the complete opposite side of the mansion, hidden in plain sight. Fucking die, bitch. And it does some cool things, like unlocking this hidden room. Now, so far, things have been relatively steady going without much pressure. But then I located and awoke Daddy Zombie, who is much harder to phase and more relentless in chasing you.
Daddy, what's wrong with you? Stay away.
And there's some pretty cool animations and stuff that you can trigger like that. Now this is where things went bad for me. You see, I didn't know that ammo could just completely run out. I didn't know that I couldn't knock this medallion free either. You see, I resorted back to the dart gun incident and the sticky note approach from the no vacancy level, thinking I could knock it down, and ended up wasting all of my ammunition.
Halfway there.
And this is where that shit got me fucked up. You see, in order to knock down this lantern, you need to shoot it with the slingshot. But I'm completely out of ammo, and I can't proceed until I get this stupid lamp down. So I try hitting it with my axe, which didn't work. And apparently spiderwebs are axe-proof also. But in trying what I could think of, I managed to trigger more of this game's jankiness, which admittingly was kind of funny. And at this point, I just took advantage of the game's janky bullshit and raised my height up, trying everything at my disposal to knock the lamp down. Thankfully, the Zippo lighter seemed to work, and I'm wondering if it's because it's the same color as the steel marbles for the slingshot, but I don't know. Anyways, I got my items, so I guess that's all that really matters in the end. Now, I mentioned hard puzzles in a few levels. Well, this one was hard due to a few reasons. Poor hit detection, had me hitting keys that I wasn't even supposed to hit, and having to figure out the correlation of the paper and the piano on top of what keys to hit and then what sequence to hit them was straight up fucking infuriating. Just watch. At this point, I've probably spent a good 5-6 minutes trying this shit. And I'm getting pissed off. But I eventually figured it out. Yay me. I'm so fucking smart. So now I get the semen checker light and have to follow the longest damn trail of footsteps I've ever seen in a game. Like, what the fuck? I go through all this only to uncover a message for a puzzle that I've already solved previously on my own. Fucking brilliant. At this point, I'm about 3 hours into actual playtime and ready to leave this place.
Just one more.
But the jankiness wants me to experience it all in its glory by having me clip through the fucking ceiling while trying to escape Zombie Dad. Gorgeous view, though. Eventually, I obtained the final medallion, and now I can fucking leave. After close to 4 hours of being trapped in here, I'm ready to see how this all plays out.
Done. Now to get
Ah,
out of
freedom. How will this end? With a cool cutscene, maybe? Showing me reunited with my family, perhaps? Fuck no. I get a 2D flat scrolling text. After all that, this is the conclusion. Relegated to a 2D text. Jesus fuck. I didn't even bother reading this shit. And that is a taste of basically everything here, besides the shooting range, free roam, and the tutorial, as well as all the additional levels within each story. As I stated, there are several in each story. I only covered 1 or 2 in each, except for the last one. That's just a long single one. But there's a lot more for you to see here if you wanted to buy this game. So, is it worth the buy? I'd say no, unless it's $10 or less. This released in 2019, and they haven't fixed anything since release. They even boast right here how they are always working to improve it and fix the bugs in the game itself. It's been 3 years and they haven't fixed jack fucking shit yet. Save your money. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and before you go, I saved one final hilarious bug for your viewing pleasure. Please make sure to hit like and subscribe my channel, and enjoy. I'm out, y'all. Peace. Whoa. What the fuck, man? Why is everything so big? I got big money.
Find a way off this parking deck and onto the street below.
This is fucking nuts. What the fuck happened, man? Why is it? Whoa! I've got giant hands! I've unlocked giant hand powers. I will bitch smack these zombies from here on out. I just gotta put this money back away and... yeah, I'm gonna roll fisted up. Fuck the guns. I'll just clobber people with my... oh. Okay. I guess that fixes it. Ah, I almost like that buggy janky mess better.